What do you say, everybody? And Roll Tide, and we're back. Man, we both had a busy week, but we got one of three shows coming at you today. So we got a lot of content and a lot of ground to cover with Alabama getting ready for their first scrimmage, like 6 practices under their belt. Man, I can't even tell you how exciting it is to get closer and closer to kickoff. So we're going to talk about that right here on the Bama Tailgate Show. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Timeout Sports Lounge. It's a Vegas-style sports book right there in Mississippi. An hour and a half from Tuscaloosa, 2 and change from Birmingham. All right, well, let's get this thing started. All right, there he is, Shank. What is up, dude? How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I feel like I've been away for so long, dog.
I
We
know.
getting this first one in late in the week.
I know.
Happy to be in here, though, man. How you
Me
doing
too.
today, Mick? You good,
Yeah, I'm
dog?
great. I'm excited. Like, first off, it's really interesting hearing all of the accolades that Keelon Russell is earning, right, by his play, like the talent, like starting to like make it. It's not quite like Ryan Williams because he's not in a place where he's going to be able to just play, right? Like it's a position where he's going to have to wait a little bit. But when people that are there see him and they're like, okay, feels a little Tua-ish to me. Where they're like, this Tua guy in practice is doing some things, and it just seems like it's more regular the more experience that he has. Now, we're going to talk about Ty Simpson, but it is to have a quarterback with this much talent, just learning and growing is only going to make Alabama good for a long time.
Oh, absolutely, man. Absolutely. And that's the thing about those talented guys, man. They get in a place like Bama and get the right coaches around them, people that are able to mold that already great football mind and give it the ins and outs, man, and just basically make him a student of the game, which only is going to make him better as a QB, right? In the long run, man, we're looking good. We're in a great spot. But in the short term, I think that doesn't bode well for my boy Ty because we if we putting Keelon up there as the same thing with our boy Tua, then we should understand that if Ty don't go out here and perform, man, we're gonna see Keelon Russell sooner rather than later.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? That's the issue with having a really talented backup, man, especially a young talented backup. It's nothing against Ty, but to just naturally be able to do some of the things that Keelan Russell is already doing, man, it's incredible. Like I was talking about him during spring, the A-Day game, man, just some of those throws I watch him make in person, it just blew my mind. There's just no way you're telling me this kid's just a freshman, right?
yeah.
And so I think, man, he continues to develop and that consistency continues to get better and he continues to show up and just put his best foot forward, man. I think he's going to be pushing Ty for some playing time if he doesn't perform the way we're expecting him to.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm with you. Like, competition is only going to make everybody better.
Absolutely.
I feel like with where Ty is right now, it's more like, look, just do the thing that you do. You got the experience. Everybody feels comfortable. You look the part. I asked Jake Coker about this headline to get his response. Kevin Sarbinski. I don't know why I keep saying Steven. He writes for AL.com. He's an accomplished sports writer in our state. His headline is Ty Simpson's best case comp at Alabama feels more like Jake Coker than Mac Jones. And I asked, I didn't feel like that was a slight, but
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I asked Coker, and it was like he definitely he wants to read the article. but I think that if Ty Simpson could get close to being a Jake Coker, I think everybody in the state would be elated.
Absolutely, because mind you, Jake Coker led us to a national championship.
Yeah.
The one year he was given the keys to the Ferrari, so Let's not act like being compared to a national championship winning quarterback is a bad thing, right? Um, and I mean, I'd like to read that article as well, because what did he see the differences between a Mac Jones and a Jake Coker type? Both the
Yeah,
champs, right? Both played a high level of football. I mean, Mac probably has one more win over Jake, where he had the little undefeated season during
yeah.
COVID.
Hmm.
Yeah, absolutely kudos to him for that. But
Well, you didn't play
yeah,
as many games though.
yeah, he didn't. But he had an all
No,
SEC
no
schedule.
non-conference games. It was all
Yeah,
conference.
yeah. I mean, we'll give him we'll give him a pass for not having to play Mercer.
Wisconsin didn't have to play Wisconsin. I did
Yeah,
that.
man, we'll give him a pass for that. But
I think that with Jake Coker, he had to fight so hard to get the respect from Lane Kiffin and the coaches and to get the starting job. You guys knew he should be there, and he eventually
yeah,
got. It's a shame that he didn't have a second year because I think he would have been, uh, a Heisman
uh,
Trophy.
we we we
Had
he could have easily been in those Heisman conversations. He
yeah,
just like because you just watch what he did in that 1 year, man, just making play after play. They talk about Heisman moments. You can pull so many from that 2015 season where we just had to have a play, and next thing you know, Jake's hooking up with our Darius Stewart or damn
yeah,
Calvin Ridley 60 yards down the field on a rollout now. You know what I'm saying? Like he did so much of that and just put his body on the line. He was a Heisman caliber guy if he gets a second year, in my opinion. And I mean, who goes to say we don't win that 2016 championship behind
yeah,
Jake?
yeah.
You know, because now we're talking about not having to put a young Jalen Hurts in the fire, right?
Mhm.
And he gets to sit behind Jake Coker for a year, and that man, that would have been a hell of a guy to learn from, right?
Yeah,
Um, and we can do what ifs, but God, man, he would have been so good to get another year at Bama. And I mean, the guy he followed wasn't bad at all either. Blake Sims, he lost that first year, the starting spot to Blake Sims. And, if you listen to Lane talk about Blake and just how high he is on Blake, he say Blake Sims changed his career because up until
mhm,
that point, he thought he had to have a pro-style quarterback to be good at what he did, right?
yeah,
And you go watch the film and you see Blake running all over the place while also having over 3,000 yards passing. It's just like, that's insane. And so, man, one more year with Jake and Lane, without a doubt, we win another national championship. Yeah, like that. I feel like his experience and just his big play IQ, man, would have got us over that hump in 2016 and win a second one in a row.
that would have been
In
nice.
my humble opinion.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree with you. One thing that's going to help Alabama win is the offensive line, right? Offensive line, one of the stories from camp. And part of it is that it's really interesting to see the rotation of the offensive line, right? We got Caden Proctor is the starting left tackle, right?
Right.
Parker Brailsford is the center. We know that. Wilkin Formby seems to be the right tackle. And so, those are the positions right now that you feel like, okay, they're locked down. The right guard spot could be Jaden Roberts, although Gino Vandermark is there. You got Cam Dewberry in that left guard spot, and you got a bunch of other guys that are pushing for positioning on this offensive line. But it feels like that they're okay doing a rotation. And what I wanted to ask you about was so say you have a rotation, right?
Right.
How hard is it to gel when it's not the same guy next to you play after play? Or how do they do it? Is it drive after drive when they rotate?
Well, I mean, from a coaching standpoint, me being a coach now, you never do anything in the game that you don't practice, right? And
Mhm.
so, if a rotation offensive line is what he's going for, and that's going to be his deal going into the season, then I'm pretty sure in camp right now, those guys are getting reps with each other. The rotation is getting mixed up right now as we speak, right? And so, they're able to play together. They're able to build a little chemistry. But I'm still a firm believer, man, that you got to have that five that you're just gonna lean on, right? Because
Mhm.
realistically, man, you don't want to rotate offensive linemen in and out of a game. Like the five you put in, that's the five you want to go with because that's your best five. They give you the best opportunity to execute, best
Right.
opportunity to win. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I understand they're practicing it now, and I mean they're probably getting used to it. But at that right guard spot, I don't see how Jaden Roberts doesn't go right there, right? And so
Yeah.
that's four guaranteed in my book, and so that leaves the
Well,
left guard spot.
Olis and Will Sanders are pushing. Olis
Yeah, yeah. Hey
has
man,
been
so
kind of one of those guys that people were saying, man, this guy is he's just in practice balling people over, and
right.
I mean it's a good thing.
And you're right. It is a good thing. It's not a bad problem to have multiple starting caliber offensive linemen, man, because we talking about Keelan Russell and how good that's gonna make us later on. What about this offensive line unit, right? We're getting these young guys in and guys are fighting for spots and trying to get out there on the field. And so even the guys that don't make it through this year, what
Mhm.
about next year, right? And so I think they just got to keep it going, man. And at the end of the day, you got to choose the best five to put out there. And you know whether that's situational or they're gonna package the guys based on their strengths and weaknesses, right? Who knows? But me personally, as an O line coach, I got seven guys. You know, I got seven guys that can play on Friday nights for me right now. You know,
Yeah.
I got my five starters and I got two swing guys. I got one kid that can play any position on the offensive line. And, you know, those guys are going to get reps
Yeah.
because you never know what'll happen in the game, man. Um, and so even if he doesn't go to rotation and he just keeps with a certain five guys, it's good that the backups are getting meaningful reps, right?
Mhm.
It's not just garbage reps. It's not just twos and threes. They're getting meaningful reps, and that's only gonna make them better because at the end of the day, I think the speed of the game between twos and threes and ones is a whole lot different. Because those one reps, man, everybody's on a higher level, and their mental processing is just so elite, and everything's just happening on a drop of a dime. That's only gonna make those guys that's developing even better. Because that was my biggest thing to get a hold of was the speed of the game as an offensive lineman. Because everything happens so fast. But I think the rotation will work out for them if they want to go that route. Because I mean, from a depth standpoint, we're as good on the offensive line as we have been in a while. All
Yeah.
right, because I feel like last year when we had O line struggles, it's just like, well, damn, who do we put in? Like we don't
Yeah.
have nobody else, right? And but now we got multiple guys pushing for spots, so it's a good position to be in.
Well, if you win on the offensive line, you're going to win on the scoreboard. I mean, I feel like that's it at Alabama, and it's been like that since they've been playing football, really anywhere.
Absolutely.
And one of the things that Alabama is really working on right now is rebuilding the Bama standard, right? They definitely challenged this team, and we heard it from the minute that the season ended that the players were disappointed in the fact that they were 9-4 last year. That
All right.
they played, they lost to Vanderbilt, they lost to Oklahoma, they didn't dominate on the road. And the director of sports performance, David Ballou, he spoke a couple days ago and he talked about how this team has been challenged, right? That the coaches and staff and players have tried to hold each other accountable to get back to that Bama standard.
All
You
right.
live the Bama standard. Coach, we knew that it was going to be tough when Coach Saban left. You were one of the first guys to say that. Look, I mean, we have very high expectations, but you just somebody's just not going to walk in and replace that, right?
All right.
You kind of feel like they are ready to get back to that again.
Absolutely, man. I mean, it's a tough spot to be in as a fan and a coaching staff because as a fan, we've won so many games, man, over such a long period of time that it's become the normal for us, right? And so to see us go from being contenders every year to just winning 9 games, it was obviously disappointing. But like I said from the jump, Mick, there has to be some type of transition period, man. Like you got to cut the guy some grace. You got to give him some mercy because as many ball games as he's won, I doubt he had to work this hard to win them.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah.
like I think a lot of people don't understand that. It's just the amount of work it takes to put in to just be good in this conference, man, and just be good in college football in general. Um, it takes a lot. It takes a lot, and not only are you in a new team, you're going against guys who've been with their teams. They've already got their culture in place. They've already built their standard, and so now you're just playing a little catch up, right? And I think the biggest thing for me with DeBoer, man, is just he's a total different personality than what
Yeah.
Saban was. You know, I feel like Saban was the type of guy that'll light a fire under your ass, and then
Yeah.
meanwhile you got DeBoer who just kind of feels like he'll sit and listen to white noise with you if everything's not going okay. And I'm not saying he does, but that's just the type of vibes he give off to me. He's very much more gentle parent type vibe, if I must
Yeah.
say. And Saban was just authoritarian. It's just like this is the way we're gonna do things, and there's no second guess about it, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
And so and that has a lot to do with it, man. It's just DeBoer is just trying to build his standard right now, build his system, and we just got to be patient. We got to have some patience, man. 'Cause I mean, Saban didn't figure it out overnight, right?
Yeah.
He lost some games he had no business losing. He had some down years,
Yeah.
but you know what I'm
Now.
saying. But it took time, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
No.
it took time to figure out the big picture and just get everybody to buy in. And so I think we got to give the boy that same grace, man. And especially if we continue to improve and just because you look back on last year, a few of those games could have went either way if we had
Yeah.
any type of offense going right.
Yeah.
Um, in those games last year, we had the equation on one side of the ball and didn't have it figured out on the other. And so we can get some consistency. I think we'll be fine this year.
Well, it's going to be fun. The schedule's tough. You know, starting to think about Florida State. I mean, we are in the month where football is going to be played, right? Last day of the month, we're going to be in Tallahassee for the Coker Bowl.
Man, you know what somebody told me? It was like, you know why Florida State gonna beat Bama? I say, why? Because Bama don't have a quarterback. And I say, does Florida State have a quarterback? And he said, yeah, he transferred from Boston College. I say, shit, he might as well be coming from high school like the rest of the damn freshmen. He's just like, what are we doing, man? It's just, I ain't never heard so much disrespect towards Bama before in my life. It's
Yeah.
just like, golly. See, that's why I need the boy to come out here this year, man, and just hang 50 plus on a few people.
Yeah. Right.
And so we can cut some of these little whispers down. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I just want to see him do his thing, just go absolutely nuts and get in a press conference and just say what they gonna say now. You know
Yeah.
what I'm
Right.
saying? You just that's what I'm ready for. It's
Do you
just
think
ridiculous.
there's any cockiness to him? Can you,
If there is, man, I need to see it. Like I need to see it because golly, that's another thing that came with winning so many games, man. We got a little ego about us. It's just like me. I got a little ego about me too when it comes to football.
yeah.
Because
Right.
you get to talking crazy to me, I'll just be like, how many national championships your team won in the past 10 years? Did you even graduate from your school? You
Yeah. Right.
know what I'm saying? It's just
Yeah. Yeah.
like,
Right.
I
Do you
only
ever
take
break the
so
rings
much.
out? Do you ever just, so you can just, just every once in a while, just kind of,
Yeah, man. They like when I have people over to my house, I sit them on because like one of my best friends, like me and my boy Chris, we grew up together, man. Played park league ball together, and we just basically made it out of our situations together. He has a family now and everything,
yeah.
so when he comes into town, he lives in Tuscaloosa now, by the way, which is the damnedest shit because he's an Auburn fan.
Oh man.
He's diehard Auburn fan. Man, so he comes into town, man. I'm just like, hey, you want me to break the rings out, man? He like, yeah, man. I break the
No,
rings out. They in their
yeah.
case. You open up the case, a little light come on, everything shiny.
Yeah, it's so
Man,
cool.
it's just like it feels good to do that, man, because it's just like we came from the same type of situation, right?
Yeah.
And now we have progressed in our lives, and we're able to look back, and we enjoy the little Eagles rare. And I tell everybody, you got me onto that, man. I tell
Great,
everybody,
isn't it?
yeah, I love it. I love it. And
It's
we
such
get a
a
little,
good bourbon because it's not that expensive, but it
yeah,
tastes as good as any bourbon. It's hard to find, but
yeah,
Eagle Rare
man.
is a 2 thumbs up.
Oh, it's good stuff. Absolutely. I got a little half bottle put up right now, man. But yeah, man, like I break them out. I enjoy showing them off to people I invite into my home because if you come into my house, that means your family to me because you know how I am about my girls, Mick. I don't just
Yeah.
have anybody around, and
Yeah,
so
right, right.
yeah, man, I'll wear a ring here and there depending on the occasion, but I keep
Every
them
once
put
in
up
a
for the
while.
most part. Yeah, yeah. I still got that picture with all my rings on my finger covering my face, and so
You
I'll
should put
send that
that in
out
the
from time to time.
open from every day like that. I got one with Mike Johnson where we're holding I got my Cubs ring and he's got his championship ring.
Nice.
Pretty funny. Well, look, man, another great show. Let's get back at it again tomorrow. The good news is that they do have quarterbacks. Ty Simpson's going to be a great
Absolutely.
quarterback, and Keelon Russell is waiting to be elite. And I'm not even discounting Austin Mack. I think that they got 3 very capable quarterbacks, and it's going to be fun to see how this all shakes out. But guys, thank you for being here. We're brought to you by Pearl River Resort, Philadelphia, Mississippi. Great time to get over there and make your picks count at the Timeout Sports Lounge. Roll Tide, everybody.
Roll.
Escape to Pearl River Resort.